Welcome to Ravens Over. Please subscribe to my channel or hit the notification bell, like this video and share. Always give your sister flowers. Her name was Monica Roberts. She dies at the age of 58 years old. Houston's transgender journalist, community leader, has now passed on. And I want to share the story about her life and living and how she fought for our two-spirit sisters and brothers. I created this channel for people who are different.
Transgenders murdered.
To support you. There's a PayPal on top.
People
Remember
murdered.
one thing, there are a lot of times people can't stand in the truth, but you find one that does. Support them. Make sure they do not fall within a marginalized community as not being in existence. And you know that there are hard to find people that create a channel that cater to people who are different and stand in the truth. And the allies sit back and say, well, I have no problem with other people. Let me just stand in here to learn.
Support those
no judgment
who support you.
I love you.
Stay in your truth.
Her name was Monica Roberts. She dies at the age of 58 years old. A journalist, a transgender activist. Monica died recently at the age of 58 years old, according to the Harris County Medical Examiner. Roberts was the creator of an award-winning blog, TransGriot, which has been covering trans communities since 2006. The details of Robert's death have not been announced. Robert and her blogs had gained monetary for its coverage of trans issues, setting standards of how identify and tell stories about transgender people. And the GLAAD Media Awards winning blog not only covered the violence against trans people, but also shared accomplishment within the trans community, according to the Out magazine. Now, the blog says a virtual importance not just to me, but to the entire community. Roberts told and said that I can tell you how many times I run into some trans who tells me that my blog inspired them to do this or inspired them to do that. At least 5 people have told me that reading my blog's posts is what kept me from committing suicide. So every time I sat down and started writing a post, I keep this in mind. That's what I'm writing may inspire someone who does not want to persevere. Roberts earned several awards for her work, including Susan's Award and Longevity Movement of Creating Change in 2019, the Outstanding Blog at GLAAD Media Awards back in 2018, according to LGBT Interest magazine. Now it says that she also listed in the Out 100 list in 2019, received the Philip Brookhouse Association Robert Cole's Call of Service Award back in 2016 and the Virginia Prince Transgender Pioneer Award back in 2015, according to transgendermap.com. She was also a vocal voice in Texas politics. Roberts is a Black transgender woman born in Houston back in 1962. She graduated from Jones High School back in 1980 and then graduated from the University of Houston back in 1984. Across nearly 2 decades, her work appeared in projects like Ebony.com and Huffington Post and Advocate, Loop21.com, Trans Advocate, Feminist Global Comments, and that Tammy said that the Women's Muslim. The TransGriot originally started as a column back in 2004. Many reactions to the news of Roberts' untimely death on social media. I'm shocked at the sudden loss of Monica Roberts, activist, producer, Jones Woodford, journalist. She was a pioneer, essential for North Star. I know so many of us were deeply saddened by her passing. Now, Harris County Sheriff said that the sudden death of her is a big loss, and her fierce advocacy for the trans right and cruelty and admirable. Let's vow to remember her and stand solitary and advance her work. She worked to stop anti-transgender violence at discrimination, rest, and power. It also says that a few people said that Monica used her blog to bring justice to the transgender community. Someone else said, saddened to hear the news of Monica. Someone else said the sudden death of Monica is a huge loss. Her fierce advocacy in trans rights and cruelty and moderation. Someone else wrote, we have lost a local powerhouse, a beacon of light and inspiration, are often endless love and my deepest condolences. And then the ongoing state in reference to a lot of people that were saying things in reference to her, and her passing and stuff. You know, she was definitely a girl, a woman that was something powerful than anyone ever known. If you didn't really know about her or her website and stuff, I definitely knew about her website and stuff. And Monica she started TransGriot, creator of Pioneers in Trans News, has died. She basically was fighting for it, kind of like similar to what I do, but I don't make it about me. And she was a journalist and stuff, and she was reporting trans issues and stuff, and a lot of things as far as journalism and media chatter. And she created the Monica Has Passed and Shocked, because she was a journalist and a pioneer. The thing about it is she won a lot of awards and stuff. And if you didn't know about her, she definitely was one that was fighting trans rights and definitely had put up a website and everything, of donating and stuff like that. And the thing about it is she was dedicated. Very much dedicated. And I remember one time she said she was having an issue one time. I think somebody had messed with her website and they took it down, and she got upset. So how can you touch my website and take it down? And they put it back up and stuff. It is hard to be a two-spirit woman, to fight in this world and stuff, and stand in your truth and be a leader and stuff. So, we do have to give our flowers to people when they're here. And on the website, she says, a proud, unapologetic Black trans woman speaking truth to power and discussing the world around her since 2006. Now, it's stating here what she was last, I don't know if someone else is working on this website, but it's on Thursday, October the 1st, which meant that she was just recently on her website and stuff. And it has something here about her. Monica, she put this here, aka glad. Well, she said the same thing I just said. I guess they just copied whatever she put up there, just put up there. The thing about it is when you're a person, and she definitely will be missed because she basically was fighting and she got acknowledged for a lot of different places, which is very powerful, which a lot of girls do and stuff. And God bless her, she's going to be a great loss and stuff. And 58 years old, she was pretty young to be leaving that soon. But when God's ready for your new body, when your new body's ready, you're being called because you needed somewhere else, and the body you have now is being recalled, and my personal opinion, you about to be reborn and come right back because there's somewhere God needed you to help out, and you need to be reborn for, I guess, the way the world recycle each other, within the world we live in. We die, we come back. That's why we are two spirit people. We are reincarnated, and appreciate people when they're here. You really need to, at least you get to remember them and their truth. Fighting for cause and fighting for some many different things, as far as being a Black transgender woman that she was. And she definitely will be missed. And I never really went to her website and stuff, but I knew of her name. And I knew of her beauty and stuff, and I always kind of pioneer off the girls and stuff when I look at girls that do blogs and stuff. And she definitely was one I kind of seen her work and stuff, but I didn't ever really visit her blog and stuff. But I knew the woman she was. And I did remember seeing her in a couple of blogs and stuff. But, she was basically out there fighting in the forefront, like most of the girls do. We fight to try to save our younger sisters in the millennium and basically let them know that they're needed. They have a purpose. And she's definitely going to be missed. But I just want to share this with you. She was Monica Roberts, 58 years old. She had passed. And people are just definitely, pouring out and stuff of this sadness. She was definitely a trailblazer who fought tirelessly for transgender black community. She stood up for equality and inspiration leader and a fierce advocate. She will be dearly missed. Rest in power, my sister. So, y'all share this video every way you can. Comment below on how you feel about this. Like I always say, give your sisters her flowers now because you never know. You never know. You never know. So comment below at the top there's an Instagram button. You follow me, I follow back. I love you all and thank you for watching. Kesserine.